Hello and welcome back to another video from Jerba Campervans. Now today we're going to do a little bit of a workshop tour. We've got some really exciting updates. We'll show you the progress we're making on our new full electrical control system for the campervans, and I'll give you a little look in some of these new campervans that we're building. So let's jump in. So Rob, our apprentice electrician, has been working really hard on the new Jerba electrical control system, and we've mocked it up in this van. So this is the final version of the mock-up before we send all this away and get this produced into a final product which we'll take to market. So this does look a little bit loose and a little bit rough, and that's purely because it's a system that we've made up just to test the capabilities of everything that we're doing here. But you'll get the general idea for what the finished product will be like. We really want to build these things in public to show you all the steps along the way, what's involved, just how much work Rob's put into it. So I'll let Rob take over now, and he's going to take us through the new system, what's unique about it, and why we believe it's going to make a massive improvement to all of our campervans.
So the Jerba electrical control system is essentially the brain of your campervan. In here it contains all the RCDs, or it will eventually, which is what protects you from your mains power, so any circuit breakers, all that kind of stuff. It has all the fuses for all your lights, all your USBs. It controls your screen where you can turn on and off lights, where you can lock and unlock your van from the screen. This van has lithium. Now lithium is hugely advantageous to using it in a campervan, as you can charge it a lot faster. You can completely empty the battery and then recharge it much more than you can with a lead acid. So if you recharge a lead acid from a low level voltage, it might not ever recover, whereas with lithium you can do this repeatedly. Lithium charges a lot faster and it's easier to maintain. Price is coming down considerably, and you only need one battery, so all of it is contained underneath our two front seats here, which both can be released by 4 or 2 nuts and 2 bolts. So once you've done that, you gain access to our system, which can be fully hinged in and out, like so. Obviously this will be secured by nuts and bolts as well, but the whole system will be able to lift out, and we can replace parts within the system. So we're creating a reusable system essentially. You know, you should never have to replace the whole box. So in here at the moment, there's a very rough setup. So this is what we call breadboard for Arduino, and this is what's powering the system. This is the intelligence and some very untidy cabling, as at the moment you can lift everything out. So this is our solar regulator. So we've got a 200 watt solar panel mounted on the roof, so that's what's controlling that, and that adds a charge to your leisure battery and also a trickle charge to your vehicle battery constantly. This is the battery charger, which also at the moment can be lifted out just so I can look at it while I've been working on it. And then down the bottom here in this untidy tangle of cables are all the plugs where all the wires come into the unit and leave the unit, which means it's essentially plug and play. You know, I'll be able to unplug something and plug it back in, which makes it very easy to change stuff within the system. We have 2 8-way fuse boxes where loosely 14 are populated, and they'll all be mounted on the front of our unit here along with the RCDs, so it's easy access at any time. So this is our temporary mock-up of the system. Now that I'm happy with this and I've got it all working in our rental Tyree, it will be sent away to a professional circuit board maker, and all of this will be printed professionally into circuitry, which means all this mess that you'll see will disappear, and it'll all just be a small neat printed circuit board with some tails coming off it for my fuses and lights and that kind of stuff. So it'll become a very professional, neat box which should plug in and out. The beauty of this system is it works around any system. So at the moment we've got a gas and water combined sink, which means you don't have heating. So we've got a Webasto air top mounted underneath the van, and the ducting is coming through here. And we've shaped our system so that whether you're getting an air top or wallless, you can always fit this box regardless of what you're getting. So it's flexible to each van's needs. And all of this is controlled by a handy touchscreen at the back of the van, which is temporarily sitting there. Once again, we've got a temporary measure, so I've got all the cables running for the lights here, which will eventually be neatly P-clipped and then hidden away from view. And this screen is just sat so I can access it. Eventually it will be mounted on the front so you can access it at the front of your cupboard in your camper van. Eventually, this is once again a temporary design. Now at the moment, pretty much everything is working. Lights, were they working?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can tap one of our icons and then we can turn our lights on with a little bit of dimming as well. And then we can also turn them all off immediately. This system is packed full of handy features while you're living in your camper van, such as turning your water tap on and off, checking your vehicle and leisure battery levels, locking and unlocking the van from inside the van, all from your handy screen, which will, similar to the system, will be sent away and formatted, so it's a really neat and easy to use format for our customers.
So it's all getting very exciting with the work Rob's doing. Like he said, this is going to get sent away, made into a professional product now that we've tested and proved that it works and is fantastic, as is the screen. So the actual screen user experience will be really good. We'll update the design. Every page on there will be really slick and fantastic. This will become a really exclusive product for the Jerba Campervans. Another innovation that we're making just to always keep our campervans current, always keep bettering our product here. Hopefully you're as excited about this as we are. It's going to be in our rental vans for this year. So this exact system, so you'll be able to test the lithium, the full system, the touch screen, and get a real feel for it. And hopefully by the sort of latter half of this year, we'll have a finished, refined product. But keep watching. Make sure you subscribe, because we'll be updating you every so often on our YouTube channel when we make progress. But yeah, hopefully you're excited. So let's take a jump into the workshop and see what else we've got going on. So John's working in this Tyree, and this one's got an unusual colour combination with the furniture. The customer spec'd the cabin tray with this lovely blue-grey metallic, and then we've got a lovely light oak worktop. But what they've done is they've spec'd all the doors in these top lockers with the light oak too. So you've got that little bit of two-tone going on here, and it looks really, really good in this camper van. So John's currently finishing off all the wiring. So we've got some wires coming out here and there, some of the pipe work for the sink and the hob, the gas work, and he'll be wiring in the fridge at this point, and a few of those other little intricate details. And then we'll get the seat base put on this, we'll get the rib seat all finished, and then it's time for finishing touches where we'll get it cleaned, go through the checklist, make sure everything's working as it is, and get it finished off, ready to pick up for the customer. So we've also got this Santa campervan, which has been finished in light oak, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. Now this one has an additional feature in it, something that's new here at Jerba, so I'll bring you in and we'll have a little look. Someone in the Jerba owners group did notice, so the cat is out the bag, so to speak, but I'll just show you now. This top drawer, what we've done is we've made this into a drawer that can be used as a chopping board. So if you imagine being stood, and inside, our new carpenter, our new apprentice carpenter, has been producing these chopping boards which go in, so you can take it out, use it as a drawer, use it as a chopping board if you'd like, and it's just a really neat little addition to the Santa campervan. And just behind that, we've got this brand new Tyree, which is looking really, really good. We're just putting the curtains in and doing the finishing touches, and this will be getting cleaned, ready for the customer to pick up later this week or maybe early next week. So I'll take you in, give you a quick look around. And you'll see behind me, Andy is painting our new customer room. So we've had this purpose built right here so you can look out into the workshop while you're discussing campervan options. And you might have seen in the Campervan Owners group that we're building a big feature wall in here. So if you are one of our campervan owners and you're watching, you can submit a photo. I'll put the URL down below and let us know the name of your van and why you called it that. We're going to get them all printed off and put all across the wall in the back of the customer room here. So it'll be a really nice place to be. You'll be able to look right out into the workshop or see the inside of a van that's sat out in front. But yep, it's going to be really, really nice. Nice place to come in for visits and talk about campervan options. Now, I'm always good on about leather options because I actually really like leather finish, and this van's a perfect example of what's possible. So this is a nice silver van. The customer spec'd the front seats with leather. So we've had these retrimmed in this blue leather, and you can see just the level of detail on the trimming. It's so nice. It's such a great finish. And the blue looks amazing with the silver van. So both these front seats have been done and they're looking really good. Armrests have been done too, so a full job. And the rib seat will also be sent away and it will be done in the same leather. It's probably already been done, but once that's fitted, this whole van will have a really nice look inside. So make sure you stay tuned for when this one's finished because it's going to look really, really good. So as usual, through in the schedule area, Gareth and Vince are putting in a graft of equal amounts. So they're getting all these vans ready and scheduled. They'll get the insulation done, the carpet on, the flooring done, and the big job that's the roof will go on at this point too. So always busy through here, loads of vans coming and going. And once this part's done, it will go through to the large part of the workshop where our carpenters will build the furniture, electricians will do all of that electrical work, and we'll get them finished, looking great and ready to pick up for the customer. So I've had quite a lot of questions recently about insulation as well, and we obviously have our insulated floor which is custom made for Jerba. It's a 3-part system. It's plywood and then we've got a special insulating foam, then plywood on top, and that's really good for road noise and insulation on the floor. And then similarly, our roof provides really good insulation because it's quite thick, it's very strong, and it's been made that way so it can lift the weight of kayaks and small boats, that kind of thing. But in the actual van itself, in every cavity, we put as much as we can of this recycled bottle cap insulation, and it's really, really good. So we don't have any big panels off just now, so I can't show you in behind those, but the general idea is just like so. So all of this insulation goes into the cavities, and we'll glue it and stick it if we have to onto the side walls before we put these panels back on. And that's everywhere we can, including the side door, tailgate if we can get access to it. And then once it's fully insulated in the van, we will go and carpet over the top of all of that, trim it up so it's really, really neat and nice finish, properly insulated. It's going to give you better insulation properties, but also going to give you a much quieter van and a much comfier and cozier living area. So hopefully you've enjoyed this average Thursday in the Jerba Campervans workshop. I've tried to give you a look into everything that we're doing today. There are a few more vans here that we're working on just now, but I'll save them for later videos because there's some quite cool features in them and I'd really like to make a little bit more of a showcase about them when they're finished. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.